host, Dylan Ruse, and I empower young men to find their power, passion, and purpose. Now, today we're going to talk about how to build out a morning routine. And the key here is to really establish what is it that you want to put into your routine? What are the habits that you want to start to autopilot or automate on a day-to-day basis? And so this can look like meditation, journaling, exercise, getting up earlier as a base form to that morning routine, breath work, going for a run, anything that you want to do, you can put it into your morning routine. And so, how do we go about creating one? What are the tips? What are the tricks? What are the hacks? All those fancy words for developing your morning routine. So, you start with what it is you want to incorporate. You look at where your current morning routine is at. So, if you have zero morning routine, you're at nothing. If you are getting up consistently at the same time, I say within 35 to 45 minutes maximum in an hour window. So let's say you're getting up between 7 to 8 a.m. every single day. Great. We're starting somewhere in there. So you want to establish first and foremost what time you're getting up. And you want to make that as consistent as possible throughout the week. Now, you might have a weekly routine where you have to get up for school or for work. And so you're getting up at 7 a.m. every day. And you might have a weekend routine where you like to sleep in and you might be getting up at 9, 10. Again, what I encourage is bring those two time frames as close as possible. So let's say you're getting up at 6 a.m. for your work day, your school day, Monday through to Friday. Try your best to keep Saturday and Sunday as close to that 6 a.m. as possible. So for me, my Monday through Friday looks like 4 a.m. I get up every single day, Monday to Friday. Saturday and Sunday looks like 5 a.m. I give myself an extra hour of sleep to get up. And that helps maintain consistency across my week, but my circadian rhythm, my sleep cycle stays in sync. So oftentimes I'll actually wake up 4:45, 4:30 on my weekend because I'm so used to 4 a.m. Why is that important to building a morning routine? Because you don't want to be waking up every single day at different times and throwing your body clock out of whack because you're going to be waking up tired every single day. Now, when you start to establish a baseline and some consistency, you'll actually find you're not waking up as tired as you were when you were waking up at 7, then 9, then 6, then 4, then 10, right? Because your body's got no idea when it's meant to get in sync with its sleep cycle. So establish that, find some consistency. Let's say, for argument's sake, you're between 7 and 8. All right, we're going to say we're up at 7:30 every day. Split the difference. Go straight in the middle. Monday through Sunday, 7:30 a.m. Then you're looking at how much time do I have for my morning routine? All right, I've got 30 minutes before going to school, going to work. So I've got a 30-minute morning routine that I want to build out. And here are my things that I want to put into it. So then start to incorporate what is called habit stacking. And the way that we build habits is broken up into a few different categories. So you've got your cue, your craving, your response, and your reward. And the reward is really key. So I wake up every day at 4 a.m. and I go and wash my face. That is the cue that triggers my craving to go and meditate. So I wake up, bang, wash my face. That's my cue. I crave meditation. My response is I go and meditate. And my reward is I get a cup of coffee. There's a habit loop right there. That might take me 15 minutes. I meditate for 10 minutes, takes me 5 minutes, kind of get up, wash my face, and sit down. Then 2.5, 3 minutes on the back end for my reward to get the coffee. There's my habit loop done. So what you're able to do once you create your habit loop is habit stack. So I would recommend focusing on one habit at a time. Wake up at 7:30, meditate. Do that for 14 days, do that for 3 weeks, do that for 30 days, then look to stack it. And stacking looks like you take your reward and your reward becomes your cue for your next habit. So we'll go back to mine. I wake up, wash my face, cue. I get the craving of meditation. My response is I meditate. My reward is I get my coffee. My coffee becomes my cue to sit down and start journaling. And then the cue triggers the craving, which is the response, and then the reward comes after. Okay. So the more you can do this, the easier it is you're going to be able to stack. And don't look at it. So many people fall into the trap of looking into creating an entire morning routine, 4 things jam-packed into their schedule in the morning over the course of an hour, and they're going to get up an hour earlier to do this. Not possible. You might be able to do it for a week, 2 weeks, but you won't be able to sustain that level of change because it's too much change. Nothing of which you're incorporating has become a habit. And a habit means that it's unconscious. You're doing it without having to put too much effort or thought into it. It's become an unconscious action that you're doing. So what we want to do is we want to create a habit that then becomes unconscious, frees up the energy and the brain power required to enact that habit. That switches off. Now you can focus your brain power and your energy on the next habit. So let's say you're starting from nothing. Your sleep's all over. First thing is wake up at the same time every day. Get that down pat for a couple weeks, 3 weeks. Once you've got that, then look at incorporating a habit. 1, we're going to take meditation. Habit loop it. Cue, craving, reward. Cue, craving, response, reward. Then once you've done that and you've cemented that and that habit has become relatively easy and you're doing it most and hopefully all days, then put another habit, journaling. Then another one, exercise. Then another one, breath work. And you can keep doing that and build out a really good morning routine. Now, mine's changed over the years depending on what I'm looking for and depending on what I'm focusing on. Right now, as I'm recording this podcast, it looks like 4 a.m. I get up, I go straight to the coffee machine, make myself a coffee, and I sit down and I just start working. And I work for about 2 hours from 4 a.m. to 6 a.m. Then I start my morning routine. Now, the reason for that is pretty personal and just where I'm at in my life. I used to start my morning routine off first, but now I get up, do 2 hours of work. And then once it hits 6 a.m., I just roll straight into my morning routine. And I goes meditation, journaling, visualization, into 30 minutes reading, and then a 30-minute walk. That's what it looks like right now. But I built that up. And so you can see, for those watching, I'm now in day 30, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. I'm in day 36 right now of my 90-day sprint. And that was doing 10 things every single day for 90 days. And I'm in day 30, what did I just say? 37 or 38. And each 15 or so days, I start to make it just a little bit harder, because I want to be consistently growing. So I hope that helps you in regards to how to build out a morning routine. Start small, start simple, get your sleep and your foundation right, and then look to add and add and add. People overestimate what they can achieve in a year and underestimate what they can achieve in 5. And boys, if you found this useful, if you've enjoyed my podcast, please hit the subscribe button, leave me a review. It does not take long. The more people that get access to this podcast, the more people that see this podcast, the bigger we can grow this brotherhood. And as always, Young Kings sending you love and strength.